Can you imagine wanting to divorce your own child?
Amanda wanted to slit my throat, cut my heart out, hang me up, and eat it.
If I want to drink, I'm going to drink. If I want to smoke pot, I'm going to smoke pot. There ain't nothing she can do to stop me.
Wipe that smile off your face now.
She was not only suicidal, but she was homicidal.
I've chewed up and spit out tougher kids than you.
If you want to divorce me, just go ahead, because I just don't give a about nothing no more.
They're the kids from hell. They were spawned from the loins of the devil.
These mothers say they don't apologize at all for wanting the daughters out of their lives completely for good. The teenagers say to their mothers, mind your own business. Two of the girls here today say they've even considered killing their mothers to get them out of the picture. That's just what happened to my first guest. Please meet Kathy. Kathy says her 13-year-old daughter Amanda threatened to slit her throat, cut her heart out, and eat it. Kathy also says her other daughter, 20-year-old Sheila, had friends that threatened to murder her. Both Amanda and Sheila are here, and we're going to find out what they are talking about in terms of killing their mother in just a minute. Kathy, it sounds like, do you live your life in fear of your daughters?
It's constant
If two of
fear.
them threatened to kill me, I mean, I would, how bad is it?
It's so bad that at my work, they're referred to as the demon children. Okay? Every day there's a constant turmoil. Yeah, Sheila's friends were going to beat me, tie me to a chair, and throw me in a river. And Amanda was put in a crisis intervention unit because she was not only suicidal, but she was homicidal. At the same time, she threatened to slit my throat, cut my heart out, and eat it. She was going to stab everyone in the house, and that included her 75-year-old grandma. I mean, they're verbally abusive, they smoke dope, they run the streets. Amanda just had a miscarriage. Juvenile courts won't help me, social services won't help me. Amanda's been through out of school, and that's pretty bad for somebody in 7th grade. She has to repeat the year.
How old is she?
She's 13 years old.
You're just telling me Mandy's the one that got pregnant?
Yes. Yes.
And the 7th grade?
Yeah.
Kathy, you say your daughter's behavior has affected your health. I would think so. What's happened?
I was just took out of work it was stress related, but I thought I was having a heart attack at work.
I would think.
And they took me out. I'm now on medication to help control it. But it's constantly something. I mean, it's from the time I get up till the time I go to bed.
Now, let me understand. You've got 2 daughters, 20 and 13.
I have 3 daughters.
Okay. How's the third one?
The third one lives with her dad.
Okay. The 2 that live with you, 20, 13, completely and utterly out of control.
Totally out of control. There is no stopping them. I can bitch, I can yell, I can ground Amanda. If Amanda'd tell you, I'd ground her for life if I could, but you can't. We're not invited to family outings. I'm cut off from my family because of this. I'm a single parent. It's the only support network I have. Their dad won't help, nothing.
Sounds as if you have a fairly tough situation, and you say you actually want to divorce them. You mean never see, hear, or speak to them again?
Wouldn't care.
You're sure?
I'm absolutely sure. I would have a fairly normal life. It's like when I come home from work, I automatically get a headache in the 10-minute drive. If I know I'm coming home and they're either mad at me or they're not around, I know that I'm going to have a fairly quiet night.
All right, let's hear from Kathy's 2 daughters. Amanda and Sheila, come on out. Amanda, let me start with you.
Anyways.
Y'all can talk to my hand.
For real?
You guys ain't my situation. It's her, not me.
You're 13 years old, and your mother says that you threatened to slit her throat and cut her heart out and eat it. Did you ever say that to your mother?
Yeah, I said it. She told people I was crazy, and so why not just act crazy? I mean,
Okay.
You have to be in a situation. She makes it sound like we are nuts. It is her, not us. It is not, and I don't even live with the woman.
Where do you live?
I have my own home.
You just moved out. You just
Not out with
moved
you,
out
with
a
my
few
grandma.
months
Don't
ago.
go there. Do not go there.
No, don't go there.
No, don't go there.
for real.
Amanda, you're 13. What are you doing being pregnant at 13 years of age?
Because I felt like it. You know, things happen.
Good. Just wanted to get that clear.
Excuse me, nobody in this audience can say you guys ain't never had unprotected sex, thank you, okay? You guys are not perfect. You are not perfect.
would get knocked up on purpose if that's what happened.
If your mom kicked you out all the time, what would you do?
What I wanted
You know,
to.
you ain't got to play with that. Evidently not.
I do what
All right, let's see if we can go one at a time.
You ain't got a place to
Amanda,
live. Where are you going to go? A 13-year-old child should be at home with her mother, right?
wait a minute.
Mother
Amanda,
should take care of business.
your mother says
don't
you're
take care
out
of
of
her.
control. Are you out of control? You're
Hell no.
13 years old.
No?
Oh, yes, she
wouldn't be if
is.
my mother would
No
take care of her.
13-year-old kid sits up here and be like, hell no.
That's because you don't take
are
responsible for your kids.
Out of control.
Hello?
Out of control.
Hello? I'm a grandmother,
Yeah.
okay? To the mother, I'd like to say one thing to you. Whoop her. Literally.
I wish she would, child.
You just need to, no.
Where I'm
No.
from, if you whip your child, the new domestic
Go
law, they
to
come
jail
take
and
you
whip
to
her
jail.
ass.
But I tell you what,
It's worth going to jail for. If you don't,
I bet you took care of your kids. I've been on
Wait a
mine
minute.
since I was 14.
If you
Crawford
don't,
to take up a collection to get me out of jail if I go for whipping her ass.
Okay, there you
That's
go.
the point it's at.
but the bottom line is, even if you go to jail and they take up a collection, her ass will be whipped.
First of all, if she would take
That
care of
won't
her, she would have
change.
never been
You
like
can't
this.
take
When
that-
she's
but
still
this one-
strong and she can jump.
And for this
No.
one here, this grown one here,
No.
this grown girl, you don't divorce people like that. This child is not supporting herself. She's living in your house. The very air she breathes.
I just moved back in, thank
the
you.
very air,
a couple
darling.
days
You
ago.
breathe in this woman's house. Is
pregnant,
her air.
and I've been a single parent. I raised them. I'm not raising another kid.
No,
Well,
you don't
nobody
have
asked
to.
you to raise it
Miss-
anyway.
Miss Sweetheart, the very air that this child breathes in your house is your air. The very food that she eat.
No, it's not.
You have to feed
Yes,
this
it
child
is.
the
I
food
work.
she
You
eat.
don't take care of her.
work.
You give this child, you let this kid
No,
talk
you
to you
take
like
off
this?
and run with
Whatever.
her.
No, not with
I
me.
never
She
saw
don't
anything
run
like
with
this.
me.
I never saw anything like this. Go ahead.
Evidently.
Yeah.
Now you all keep quiet for a minute.
I'm a single parent also, and I have a 4-year-old daughter. And I have to say that their attitude is just disgusting. But I also have to say this. How did they get there? Where were you? I have to say, a
Exactly,
child is a
thank you.
child. You create
Thank
it.
you.
True, a child could have a certain personality. However, my child is very hyperactive. I mold her to respect. I don't hit her much, but she respects. You did not teach them to respect.
They were raised. They
that
weren't
didn't
raised
happen
like this.
overnight. Because they
No,
are,
they weren't raised like this.
Evidently,
okay?
we were.
I have to go out and work. You don't get babysitters for kids this age.
Excuse me, you don't need a babysitter.
I work.
And they're totally they're disrespectful.
I don't think
And they
that they
didn't
learned.
get that from me.
I
They
treat
weren't
her how
brought
she
up
treats
like
me,
that.
okay? Opinions are like and everybody has one.
When they
Thank
treat
you.
me like that's fine. I can do it back. I am the adult, but I have went to every kind of resource I have. That's from family right on down the line to the court system and asked for help, counseling. What are you supposed to do? You're going to sit there and let your kids call you bitches, whores, treat you like
Excuse me, I don't call you names
This
to your
one
face,
has two
okay?
kids that they are played against me. If I don't
Because you
play
don't
to
like
her
my
children,
girl, you like
then
my
I
boy.
don't get to see her kids.
You divorced me,
Mom.
honey. I got news for you. You ain't gonna see him neither. Now that's
Mom,
how it is. It's a
send these
package
two
deal.
little angels packing to live with Daddy.
He
Let
won't
Daddy
take
have
it.
it.
I live by myself,
Then that's
honey.
their
I
problem.
take care of myself.
I went and begged
I
for the
agree with
father
you.
to take this
You
one.
don't need to put
And
up
he
with
won't
that.
She
take
has to
it.
do
You
is let
agree
me go.
because
I
you
don't
ain't
need
there.
her.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so I
I
don't need her.
That he would beat
Did you
her.
kids?
Yeah.
Did you take care of yours?
You're sitting there
Thank
and
you,
you're
she
so
did.
you're so tough, but like what you need is to be out on your own. Get kicked out, kick her out of the house, see how she
She
stands
does
on
it
her own.
anyway.
I do it anyway.
She does it anyway.
But you came back. You're back, right? You're back
No,
now.
that's
Why
not
did you
not
come back?
Come back, okay? I don't
That's
feel like
because
going
the
to
court-
jail.
You don't know. Sit down.
All right,
Stay down.
we got a problem here.
Sit down. You don't even know.
We obviously have a problem.
Let her speak.
The answer is you cannot kick a 13-year-old child out. So if you have somebody like that,
They
you're
don't know.
legally not allowed to just send them out, which is probably what
Well,
you
she
should be
does
able to
anyways.
do. What do you say?
Yeah, I just want to say, as a parent, you've done a wonderful job as far as doing what you have to do for yourself and for bringing them up. You know, they're sitting up there making, she said opinions everybody has an
I
But
said
she's-
opinions like and everybody has one.
Okay, but you know what? You're sitting up there making yourself look like a real bitch.
Well, that's
All right. Kathy, let me ask you.
You're entitled to you.
Let me ask you
the life I have lived, okay? You have not lived the life I have lived.
My parents would not allow me to come sit on top of a stage and national TV
First of all, she don't
and disrespect
me.
myself as well as my parents. You know
Well,
what
you're
you
not my
need?
parents, so don't worry about it.
You need somebody to get up there, take that makeup off your face, and bring you back to
Excuse me,
reality.
I'm 20 years old.
Because
You
you're gonna
need
wake
to
up.
I am 20 years old. Ain't nobody want to hear you.
Kathy,
You guys
let's
don't
talk
even
about
know.
a support system.
No, evidently
You
not.
said no one in the
Anyways.
family will have anything
now,
to
they're
do with
talking to
you
me,
because
not
of the
you.
girls. Tell me about that.
Talk to the hand is right.
Yeah, you talk to the
It's
hand,
on me
okay?
this time.
Yeah.
Why will your
You're gonna have
family
fun
have
after this, so
nothing to
believe
do
that.
with you?
Yeah.
Because there's always, when we're invited for outings or holidays, there is always a constant fight. You put them all together, there is a fight. My dad says there's a gun gone out of his house. So she's not welcome there. She's only allowed on a certain floor of the house.
Because first
within
of all,
eye
we live from your
distance.
past. Because of what you've done, they downgrade us, right or wrong. Right or wrong
They
because
don't
of
like
what you've
their
done.
dad, so it's
No,
always
not
been
because of
like
that,
that
honey.
off and on. I ain't
Yeah,
saying
that's
I ain't
right, I'm
done
not
some
gonna go
shit
there.
I'm not especially proud of. Kids don't come with a handbook. I did the best I knew how as a parent with them.
Yeah.
Certain point, they hit a point
Pick
where
up
they're
that
going to
one,
do
14
what
and
they
13.
want to do.
Okay, that's
Kathy,
a good
you
mom.
said that
That's a
Sheila
good mom.
hits you. Tell me what happened.
Sheila has hit me.
Did I have
oh,
hit
yeah.
you?
When you was younger, you didn't
One
hit me.
time, Mom, I
She
kicked you
hit
out of my
me.
way because you were throwing my head into a
She
wall.
hit me
No.
and called me a
Okay.
fat effing bitch.
To
And
get
yes,
her off
I
of
did
me.
whip her. She called the juvenile court on me. They asked me, did you whip her ass? Yes, I did, and if she ever called me that and hit me again, I'm gonna whip her ass again.
Next, this mother says her 89-pound daughter, who is also only 13,
Just remember, you
hits,
gotta go
kicks,
home,
and
though, with
punches her
Just remember
because she
that.
says she loves to see Mama cry. Her mom says the only hope she has left is divorce the daughter. You don't want to miss this. Another exciting American family. Stay with us.
I've even called the police and told her that she threatened to tie a sock around my neck and strangle me to death. And they said, well, until she does it, there's nothing we can do.
We're talking today with mothers who say that their teenage daughters, in this case, are really ruining their lives. Most of the mothers say that the girls lie and cheat and steal. There's a lot of drugs, have sex, put the rest of the family in danger because they hang out, a lot of them, with the wrong crowd. Mothers say they want nothing more than to just plain get it over with, divorce the kids, and leave their own flesh and blood. This is Sandy. She says when her 13, we got another 13-year-old here, when her 13-year-old daughter Nicole gets mad, Nicole hits, kicks, and punches Mom. Nicole, who weighs only 89 pounds, is backstage. Talk about her side of the story. Let me read you a quote from her mother. Nicole stays out all night, never listens to a word I say. Correct?
Correct.
She goes out drinking.
Yes, all the time.
Smokes cigarettes and pot and hits you and gets mad and punches you.
Yes, she does.
And kicks you. You try to push her away, but she keeps at it. You say that Nicole really physically attacks you.
Yes, ma'am, she sure does.
What kind of things has she done?
She's punched me in the face. She's kicked me. She's busted my thumb. She's just outright disrespectful. She, when I try to push her away, she calls me really bad names.
Like what?
Swollen wood tick, bitch. I'm a whore. I'm a slut. Which is not true. I don't even go out. I go out a couple nights a week. She has all her friends in. They trash my house. They spit tobacco all over my house, in my coffee pot. I have holes in my walls. I have my furniture broken. They sneak in my house. I come in the front door. They go out the back. I can't sleep at night. I have to stay up all night trying to keep these kids out of my house. There's 16 to 20 in my house every day, all day long. I tell her straight out, you know, that I can't take it anymore. I've tried being on antidepressants, and it doesn't help. I just want her out of my house.
Do you call the police when you have 16 to 20 kids?
They just tell them to leave, and when the police leave, they come back.
And you call the police again? And
yes,
what happens?
and they kick them out again.
How do you feel about this?
It hurts, but I love my daughter, but I want her out. I have 2 other children that they're doing the same thing. I have 11 and a 12-year-old who are now smoking cigarettes. My 12-year-old smoking pot. He's running around at night, stealing out of cars for her friends. Her friends want him to go out and steal for him, so he goes out and steals stuff for him, and it's terrible. It's a real mess.
It really is.
And she needs to go on someplace else. I put her in a foster home, and she came back 3 weeks later. She was fine there, didn't do anything wrong. And then when she came back, it was all the same.
It started all over again.
It started completely all over again.
Now, you once heard 13-year-old Nicole say she wanted to kill you.
Yes, I did. She was planning with her girlfriend
to kill you.
To tie some socks together, wrap them around my throat, and strangle me to death.
And she's 13. How old are the other children?
11 and 12.
Sandy, it must feel awful that your own daughter hits you and calls you names. Can you fight back with it? Do you try?
I slapped her in the mouth for calling me a whore, and they told me that if I hit her again, all my children were gone.
They take away the children. I think it's time to hear about Sandy's 13-year-old. Nicole, come on out. All right, Nicole.
Hi.
You heard what Mother has to say about you. From what your mother says, it does not sound like you are the best kid in the world. How does it make you feel to hear these things?
I don't care.
You don't care. Can I ask why? No, shh. Why don't you care? Why don't you care?
Because if that's what I want to do, I'm going to do it.
Why? Can you tell me why?
Because if I want to do something and she thinks she can stop me,
She's wrong. If you
She's
want to
wrong.
do
She can
something and
try.
if she thinks she can stop you, she's wrong.
She can try, but it ain't going to
You
work.
don't think your mother should be able to stop you from doing anything?
No. She should
Why?
mind her own business.
She should mind her own business.
I'm
Your mother says...
I'm her mother. I should have the say. You are 13 years old. I have the say of what you do in my house.
Why are you smiling?
Because I don't care.
Why don't you care?
Because she can go ahead and cry and make all you guys feel bad for her, but I get sick of it. She cries all the time. It's just old.
She cries. Are you making your mother cry? Are you making your mother cry?
No, she's just doing it to try and make me feel bad.
She wants to make
It don't work.
You are pissing me off.
My
mother is my best friend.
Oh,
Your
good.
mother loves you. Look at her. Give her a hug.
Certain people have certain bonds. Some relationships
Mother
are
gave
different.
birth to you.
No, and maybe because you had a perfect relationship with your mom, that's all good, okay? But some of us don't.
But it's
I wish
not.
my mom was you and she loves my mom.
But you don't know. You don't live. You do not live in my house.
She's still there.
I want love from my daughter. I want to hug my daughter. I want my daughter in my life. I can't. She pushes me away. She pushes me away.
She did stuff at her mom at the hotel last night.
She pushes me
She
away.
threw stuff in her face.
She what?
They said she was throwing stuff in her mom's face at the hotel.
She hit me in the eye with something.
You did
And she
what?
laughed.
Oh my God.
What did you do?
I was just playing around and I threw this little piece of stick at her and it hit her in the mouth or something.
It
and
hit
then-
me in the eye, and you said, hi, hit her in the eye.
What
On
is
the plane
going
right
on?
here. She
Nicole,
chewed up her
what-
chips and spit them at me on the plane right here and laughed so hard everybody was staring. She thought it was hilarious.
I do not understand.
Yeah, right. Sit down.
I don't
You even
understand.
need to
I don't
talk, and
get-
This ain't your problem. This ain't your problem.
I just like to say that you have only one mother. Only one. That's one thing.
Well, then why is she up here trying to say that she wants to divorce me? See, if she wants to do it, it's her problem. Let her.
They should have never gave the.
But they've already divorced us. They stay out all night. They're not hardly around anyway.
Being a mother is not a part-time job. It is all
Well,
your
it
life.
can only
You
be
let
a
down
full-time
and
job
spend
if you're
full-time
there.
gave birth to us, then you need to take care of us for the rest of your
Well, then
life.
stick your ass around to be taken care of.
Well, if you would take care of me, then I would stick
you don't
around.
No,
You
that's
ain't taking
exactly.
you ain't taking responsibility for your kids.
Take my kindness for a weakness
I feel
and
really
play.
sorry for you guys because later on in life you're gonna regret it.
Exactly.
Not me. I have my kids. I have my kids.
Yes,
I'll show them
you
the love
are
she never
going
showed
to
me,
regret.
okay?
Sally, you know, this is terrible. Mothers, what you need to do is just give them up. Let the juvenile system take care of your daughters. If you have to relocate and get a new address, then that's what you do. Let them go. Let them go. They're not worth it. They're not worth it. They're going to be little
kids.
trashy tramps. That's what they are now.
Excuse me, I ain't
They're
saying
whores.
nobody gonna
They're
be no trashy
pregnant at
tramp, all
13
right?
years
Maybe you talking
old.
about yourself, but you ain't
You
talking
are
about me.
smelling your underarms.
what?
That's
That's my sister. You got a problem? You got a problem? Come on up here. That's my sister, bitch. That's my sister, bitch. That's my sister.
Who you think you are?
That is my sister.
That's just it. You can stick up for your sister, but you can't stick up for your mother.
I stick up for my mother. I love my mother. My mother doesn't love me. Okay?
All right, that's enough of that.
What else? She don't need to call her a tramp. That is my sister. No, I'm not a tramp. I've been in a relationship for 6 years, okay? You ain't got no room to call me a tramp.
You don't need to say no name like that.
I'm going to ask.
She don't need to call her name like that. Well, maybe you need to tell her that too. She wants
Okay,
respect.
I'm
She
going
needs to earn it.
I'm going to ask all of you to be quiet just for a moment to the person I address. Nicole, I'm talking to you. All right? What about these words that you call your mother?
If I call her names, the reason I do it is because she shouldn't be calling me names. She tries to act all innocent. She calls me a bitch. She calls me whatever she feels like it.
I do call you a bitch.
Yeah, you
because
call me a
are
bitch. You little whore. All the guys that come in here.
And who, my best
She has a right
friend
to call her a
wants
bitch
nothing
back.
more to do with me because of you.
Oh,
Because of you.
If
She
she was
made me
your
say
girlfriend,
you
she wouldn't
once.
give a
Home and who's in my bed with a boy? Who? My bed.
oh wow, it's my whatever.
Nicole, why did you flunk out of school?
Because I didn't feel like doing the work.
Okay? It is
Sally, let me
said that
tell
you
you-
told your teachers.
Sally, let me tell you something. 2 years ago, my daughter was an A student. She was in the gifted and talented program. They said she had an IQ that was years ahead of her time. I was so proud of her. I loved her. Now I want to divorce her because she won't do nothing with this that's in her head. Nothing.
Nicole, what about the kids who are at the house all the time?
They're my friends, and she has friends come over. I should be able to have friends come over.
16 boys, 16 girls. My house is trashed. Do you clean it?
No.
You do nothing. Nothing. They put out their cigarettes on my table, on my floor. They put their tobacco in my coffee pot.
Why do you allow them
Make
to
him
do
chew
that?
coffee.
Nicole, why do you allow their friends to do that to your parents' house?
Because I want to. I don't care.
Nicole, look at me. I want you to listen. You're not
Don't
tough.
even sweat it, girl.
All they do is
You're not
downgrade us.
tough.
They can't give us an opinion.
I've
We don't
chewed
care.
up and spit out tougher kids than you for breakfast, young lady. And let me tell you something. Wipe that smile off your face now. You certainly do, and watch your language. You certainly do, and watch your language. I have the power right now to have you put away for a very long time. Now, we're going to tell Nicole, who's going to listen, what we think of her.
I have a 15 and 16-year-old at home. I will not put up with that. Let me tell you something. I brought you into this world. I will take you out.
Take a break. We'll be right back.
You must be Virgin Mary. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you.
I've even called the police and told her that she threatened to tie a sock around my neck and strangle me to death. And they said, well, until she does it, there's nothing we can do.
Today we're talking with mothers who are at their wits' ends. What were you saying? You said, ask her what? Wait a minute. Let me come over to you.
They keep saying we don't know what the mother did. What did the mother do?
Oh, you don't even want to know.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Okay, let me ask Nicole. Nicole, what does your mother do to you that is so awful?
What does she do to me
I
so
don't know
awful?
about your situation.
Yes.
She can go ahead and tell you how I hit her and stuff, but yeah. One time she threw a shoe at me and gave me a big black eye, but she don't tell no one about that. She don't tell no one about that. She don't tell no one about the stuff that she does to me. She doesn't tell anybody about how she goes out and I have to watch my brother and sister, but yeah, no, she doesn't tell anyone. No.
All right, what they're doing is they have to watch the brother and the sister. Okay.
She can tell me, oh,
please meet Barbara. Barbara says, and I quote, that if I never see my daughter Michelle again, my life would be much better. 16-year-old Michelle is 2 months pregnant. Waiting backstage, we'll hear from her in a minute. Barbara, let me start with you. What has Michelle done that is so bad that you would like to divorce her?
Well, I tell you, Sally, Michelle I don't even know who she is. She's like somebody else. She quit school.
What are we passing? Cigarettes. Okay. Are they real cigarettes?
Yeah. I think they are.
Okay, go ahead.
She quit school after battling with her. She used to be an honor roll, and she was an honor roll cheerleader for 3 years. Then she went to a big school, and I asked her the first time, what's wrong with your grades? She said, well, it's a new school. I'll do better next semester. Then she went flatline F. And I said, what's going on here? Then I go up to the school to find out she's never in school. So then the final straw was she goes out with guys that are in prison. And she's 16, and it's sad. It's sad. She would tell me she has to go to work, so I would let her take the car to go to work, and then I'd call and find out what time she had to be off. She said she didn't work today, she's off. She was up at the prison with my car, visiting these inmates.
Where does she meet the inmates in prison?
They're all gang related. She's a gang runner.
Gang runner.
She's a gang runner.
Okay, she's a gang runner. Suppose we have our gang runner come on out so that we can talk to her.
I tell you, Sally, it got so bad that after she ran away, she was gone for 4 months. She could have been dead. I didn't know. I slept good at night. I slept good. I could eat. Now I have really bad insomnia. I don't eat well. Every time the phone rings, I think it's got to be with her. In fact, the other night, she showed up at my door at 2 o'clock in the morning. Clothes in hand. I said, no, you cannot stay here.
But she let me in.
I had to. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Last time I let her in, she stole my credit card. She went shopping for 4 days, $1,200.
You have a pregnant daughter and you would leave her on the streets with her clothes just standing there?
Yes, I would, because I'm choking.
You're not worried about one, there's two there.
No, and there's another one at home, too, that I have to worry about. I have to.
Is that under baby her responsibility?
No.
Wait a minute, I can't lock them out. They take the windows out.
All right, everybody calm down. Michelle, is it true? Did you steal your mother's credit card?
Yeah, I did. I needed some new clothes. I got me some.
Okay, you stole your mother's credit card. Is it true you're a gang runner?
Yeah.
Okay, can I ask why?
Why?
She thinks they love her.
Because they are there for me when she's gone at work and she ain't there. They are there for. I know they got my back. Ask anyone. They got.
Where are they now? You're showing up at my door at 2 in the morning. Where are they now?
Where's one of them?
Nowhere.
Does your mother have to work in order to support herself, or does she choose to work?
I guess she has to.
Then if she's out working, instead of saying my mother isn't there for me, can't you understand why she's out working?
I can understand one job, but I can't understand 2, 3, 4 jobs.
You never complained when I bought you a computer that you wanted really bad.
She buys me things. She buys love. You can't give no one material things to buy their love. You got to be there for them, and that's what she's not there.
And what did you say at the restaurant last night? I do this to my mother for spite.
Yep. That's exactly right.
And when you work all
But
day,
that's not
if
the whole
they kept
issue
their
there.
asses in school,
Wait.
they'd be there when you got home from work, and you could bond.
Wait, Michelle, you
That's
do
a
that
different
for
thing.
spite?
No, it's not.
number
Okay.
2 jobs.
Wait,
if
she
you
said
would've
I did it for
listened.
spite. Why do you do it for... I had to be a mother. I had to raise children by myself, too.
Well, then,
And I
open
had
your
to
ears.
work 3 jobs.
tell me to
I
shut
worked an
up.
all-night
Don't tell
job
me
and
to
an
shut up.
all-day
I moved
job.
down.
And you know what? You
ain't got
have to
nowhere to move.
do
Won't you sit on
in
the
this
floor? Why
world
don't
what
you
you
sit on
got
the
to
floor?
do.
Won't you sit on the floor?
And for you kids, for you to be angry at that and hate us for doing that to support you, tell me why you do it for spite.
It's not that I do take the credit card for spite. It's that I date African Americans for spite. And we ain't gonna use the N word like you do.
Well, you know.
Because, hello? Because she says, no, first, hold up. First she'll say, I don't want you to do it, and I did it for spite. Now I do it because I can.
Now you're pregnant. Who's going to raise that baby?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is the father of the
You're gonna
baby?
raise that baby on the street.
Who is the
That's
father?
because her mom won't let her come home, right?
That's right.
There it is. But there it is.
I got her a job. She wouldn't even show up for it.
But I went.
Oh, yeah, you didn't go when you were supposed to. You
That's
told
'cause I
me
was sick.
that they called you and told you you didn't have to go in because somebody else came in that was supposed to. Then I called them and said, well,
Yeah,
Barb,
well,
I
that's
really...
what
And
you
then
do
it
for checking
embarrasses
up on
me
me.
because these are friends of mine that I get her job for. 40 hours a week, most weekends off, $5.50 an hour. She didn't even show up for the first day.
Was your mother sick when she put food in your mouth? When she went to work every day to buy you a computer, a TV?
Excuse me, don't worry about
food
me.
in
You
your
got your own
mouth?
daughter to worry about her.
Go ahead.
No respect. No
Excuse
respect.
me. Excuse me. I think a parent has their part and a kid has their part. You should learn to compromise, right? And I think all you little bitches should be away and put in homes to learn some manners.
Bitch, you're a bitch.
Yes, bitches. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. You don't know. You don't know about me.
Nobody
You don't know about me.
Ain't
You
nobody
what are you, 8 years old?
Thank
What are you, 8 years old?
Sit down.
You're 8 years old, right? Take all the makeup. Take all the makeup off. Let's see how old you really are.
Yeah.
Take your bitch.
Back up and out, okay?
When we come back, you're going to hear from someone who says that divorcing the teenage daughters is maybe the best thing the mothers can do. That'll surprise you. Stay with us.
I want to divorce my daughter because I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the deception. I feel like a dog that has been beaten with a rubber hose.
Our question today is there such a thing as a bad seed? I mean, are some girls just so impossible that there's no solution for them? Well, we asked some mothers, and these mothers say that they're so disgusted by their daughter's behavior, they wish they had never laid eyes on them. Please welcome back to the program relationship expert, Dr. Jean Cirillo. Jean, I don't know what to tell you. I tell you, Nicole made me more angry than I probably have ever been, even with my own children. I'm kind
Yes,
of a
what happens is a lot
kind
of
of a
times
calm
when they're
person.
young, you have this nice buddy relationship. I see here everybody wants their kids to be happy and they want their kids to like them. And that may work for the first 12 years when the demands are little. But later on, you can't have it that way. And it's not fair to suddenly start disciplining them. That's when they hate you, when you always said yes and now you're starting to say no. That's in your case.
Let me go over some of these things that about Nicole, because I said she's the one that infuriated me the most. She says that her mother tries to tell her what to do and who to go out with.
Well, her mother has a right to tell her what to do. She will choose her own friends. Her mother can't choose her friends for her. That's definitely true.
Okay.
However, she can choose who comes in the house. And the same thing would be true if she was an adult, if she was a roommate of somebody's. There has to be some rules.
So she can tell Nicole who she can and cannot have in the house.
Exactly. As long as
My
you
house
own the
too.
house, you have the right to decide. And if you don't like
It's
it...
not your house, it's my
But
house.
she
You
can
went to
choose
my
her
house.
boyfriend. She
No,
cannot
no.
choose.
I agree.
No.
Nicole,
Can't
everybody
choose
is going
that
to choose their own friends outside the house. However, within the house, if they're damaging the house, you have a right to say, I don't want that person here. Even if she was an adult and she was paying you rent.
Then what am
you
I
would
supposed
have
to
a
do?
right
Stay
set
up all
rules.
night long to make sure these children do not come in my house?
No, you should forbid her to be in the house with them. You had mentioned foster care briefly, that she was all right when she lived with somebody else for 3 weeks. That's not a bad alternative. Sometimes kids need to foster with
Nicole,
relatives.
did they allow you to have 16 to 20 friends over the house at foster care?
No.
Okay.
What was better
That's why
about
I'm
that?
saying, Sally, that I have set the structure for my daughter. She has what it takes to be good. She has done it.
You
She
want her to love you
chooses
so
not to.
badly. You want her to love you so badly. You're giving
Well,
up
she's my
yourself.
daughter.
Yeah, but the more you beg her to love you, the more you try to play up to her, the more she feels contempt.
That's
she
why
needs
I'm
a
wanting
firm
to
hand.
divorce her.
If she can't get it from you, she's going to have to get it from somebody on the outside.
Okay,
and
so
there's
let's
nothing
lay down
wrong
and
with
have
that.
kids and then put them in
You
foster care
smother
because
them?
they're bad.
No.
What's a firm
Don't
hand?
lay down and have kids if you
want
can't
to
take care
divorce
of
them
them.
because
you seem
you
very-
loved them so much,
I
and then
love
they
my
turn around and
kids.
tell you they hate you. Hate is a drastic.
Nicole?
But
So we ran down your leg. You have said all kinds of stuff, so don't even go there.
I said it.
What
Yeah,
else?
that's
don't
something you
spread
spread
your
your legs
legs
and
and
have
have
kids
kids
if you can't take care
Because
of
if
them.
you want, I wanted you
But Mama's
guys.
trying to take
You
care
know,
of
nobody
you.
expects you to turn out like
I'll
this.
never give my kids up, and I'll never turn
You're
my
20.
back on them
You're
like you have
20.
done me.
You
That's
should
why
be
your
taking
family
care
doesn't
of
even let you
yourself.
go around you because you don't take care of
All
your
right,
kids.
everybody, we're going to ask you all to be quiet.
Moved
Go
out of
ahead.
my house a few months ago.
Sheila.
Excuse me, you made me leave and go to grandma's?
Excuse me, Sheila.
Yes.
How old are you?
20.
You're 20 and you've got 2 children, right?
Yes, I do, and I love my kids.
Well, that's good, but instead of sitting around there popping your head around acting like a teenager, why don't you be a good example for your little sister and your
And
child?
I take care of her. I take care of her.
Take a break. We'll be right back. Jean, you've said you can't expect the same things from a problem child as you can from a normal child. It strikes me we've got 4 problems.
Exactly. Sometimes you have to set very minimal limits, that they don't hurt themselves seriously, that they don't destroy the house, that they don't bring in dangerous people. But I wouldn't fuss about little things like chores or when they watch television or bedtime. Those are really small issues. You've got to get past that and deal with the big things that they're doing to endanger themselves.
What about a mother divorcing her children? Suppose, considering the state that these children are in, is it all right to let them go?
I would say we should have a temporary separation. Let them live on the outside. Let them see if there's any party anywhere else, because they usually isn't.
I did a temporary. She ran away for 4 months. I didn't know where she was. She begged me and pleaded, please let me come home. I let her. Boom. 7 days later, she steals my credit card. 2 days later,
so
she
she's
kicks
better
my
off
front door in.
outside. How did
Absolutely.
you survive during that 4 months, if you want to tell?
How did I survive?
Yes.
Very carefully.
Okay, but you made it out there on your own.
Yeah.
Would you go out to live with a friend's parent?
No.
To live with another family?
I live
to live
with
in
friends.
a program? Okay. All right, sometimes that is the appropriate solution.
Mom, when she stole the credit card and the police said I couldn't do anything, and you know she can live out there, she lived for 4 months, why didn't you tell her go again?
I did.
I live
That
on
was
my
the
own
final
now.
straw. That was it. Now she can never come back home.
Okay.
Now she's pregnant and has nobody to turn to.
Well, I'm sorry. I wasn't
good
there when
mom,
she
buddy.
got
She
herself
has
pregnant.
herself to turn to. She is going to learn to rely on
Except-
herself.
no,
If she
ends
wants
up
to
dead-
live by her own
No,
rules,
if she ends
she'll
up dead
rely
because
on
her mother
herself.
won't help her, then that's all good,
She
right?
won't end up
That's
dead
all
because
good.
her mother won't help her. She
But
will
we've
end
all
up
been
dead
trying to
because she
help you
won't help
so that y'all
herself.
don't end up like statistics, and we have to bear it.
But
Yes, ma'am.
meanwhile, who gives a it happens to
Yeah,
her?
really. You guys are
And
done,
the
so
baby.
you'll just kick us out on the
Y'all
street.
finished?
Yeah, we're finished.
Okay, well, y'all 13. Y'all not even really pre-teens yet. Y'all look like 8-year-olds, okay? Y'all shouldn't be acting like this. Y'all have no reason to. I mean, your mother may have did something wrong. I mean, mothers aren't perfect, okay? She's doing the best that she can.
I'm not blaming it on my mom. I did it
Hitting your
because I wanted to do
mother,
it.
if I was her, I would have took a bat and just tore whichever one of y'all hit your mother, I would took a bat and tore y'all up.
Take a break. We'll be right back. All right. How do you divorce your child? In other words, Jean,
Well, you're not really divorcing them. You
I
could
mean,
let them...
some of us would feel so frustrated
Yeah,
that
you
I
could-
would not leave a forwarding address. I mean,
Sometimes you could trade.
and then let the child welfare find me
Let
or
some
whatever.
of these families take on each other's
ain't
kids
nobody
and
that'll
each
take
other's
her.
parents. Yes, there are. There was a family that would take her. Apparently, she could get along with them. Sometimes you don't pull the same thing with your friend's parents.
That's right.
Or even with your aunt or your grandparents as you do with your own. They're very angry for things that happened from childhood. We don't know what the whole story is here, but they're angry. Now they feel more powerful. They're getting even for something.
Okay, I'm 16 years old and I'm a kid too, and I just want to tell you that your family's the most important thing, and friends come and go, and gangs, boyfriends, they're really not so important to you. And just, you know, think about it and think about priority and who's really important to you and who'll stick around forever.
That's right. Let me repeat. If they were my kids, I would not leave a forwarding address. Thank you, Gene. See you next time.